How's it guys, and welcome to my first spearfishing video. My name is Stefan and I've been spearfishing for just over a year now. I thought it was finally time to document these dives, and the idea behind this channel is not to act like I know everything. It's really just a personal diary of my time in the water. I'll be sharing what I'm thinking in the moment, pointing out fish, explaining why I'm doing certain things, and hopefully helping anyone who's also getting into the sport. Spearfishing has become way more than just catching a fish for me. It's about slowing down, forgetting about work and stress that life brings. Once you're in the water, none of that really matters. It's just you, the ocean, and whatever decides to swim past. At the same time, it reminds you how small you are. The ocean is massive, unpredictable, and it demands respect. That's probably one of the things I love the most about it. Today's dive was with Brett and his son, both absolute legends. I actually learned quite a bit just on the drive to Kalk Bay before we even got into the water. This was my third time diving the spot. The visibility wasn't that best I've ever seen here. I'm guessing the overcast weather didn't help much. We probably had around 5 meters of viz. It looked a bit milky from the surface, but once you got down to the bottom and looked sideways, it actually wasn't too bad. Water temperature was around 15 degrees, which is a bit cold to my liking. On my first drop of the day, I could immediately feel the conditions were a bit different than usual. The water was quite surgy, and as soon as I reached the bottom I tried grabbing onto the kelp to steady myself, but the surge was pushing me around quite a bit, so instead of fighting it I decided to just go with the flow. One thing I've learned is that the ocean is always stronger than you. Sometimes it's just better to relax, let it move you naturally, and work with it rather than wasting energy trying to fight it. It also makes your movements look a lot more natural to the fish. After a couple of dives, I started hearing the familiar clicking sound of the reef. That's usually a good indication that there's fish around. Once I got to the bottom, I started noticing a few small fish for the first time, including this little guy that we call a butterfish here in Cape Town. On this drop I found a really nice gully. I slowly crept into it, hoping a decent roman would come out. That was my target species for the day. While I was waiting, I spotted a crayfish tucked away in a hole, which is actually pretty cool to see on the western side of Kalk Bay. They're not that common here. No roman showed itself, so I turned around and there was a really decent Jan Bruin sitting behind me. I'd never shot one before, but I'd heard they're really good eating, so I decided to take the shot and perfectly stone the fish. On this drop I spotted what looked like a really nice roman. He was facing me head on, which always makes judging the size difficult. I lined up this shot, but as soon as he turned sideways I realized he wasn't actually that big. So I left him. Hopefully he'll grow into a proper donkey Roman for another day. On this drop, I dived down next to this big overhang with a nice drop off. As I got closer, I spotted a Roman disappear into a hole, so I followed him in. I had a chance to take the shot, but I hesitated because I didn't want to shoot into the rock and damage my spear. Instead, I tried poking the hole, hoping I'd spook him out the other side, but it seemed he'd gone deeper into some sort of cave system. This time the Roman won, and the hunt continued. A little later, I dropped onto another reef, and this time, there it was, an absolute beast of a Roman, swimming straight towards me. I got into position and started lining up the shot, but before I could pull the trigger, he disappeared behind a rock, almost like he'd seen the spear gun before and knew exactly what was coming. He slipped straight into a little dark cave. I followed him in, hoping he'd still be there, but that fish absolutely outplayed me. I did a few more drops around the area, hoping he'd come back out, but no luck. By then I was starting to get properly cold, so I decided to call it and swim back. And honestly, that's spearfishing. Some days you come home with your dream fish, and other days the fish win. It's a lot like golf. You can have a terrible round, but still have an amazing day because you're outside, surrounded by nature, enjoying yourself. Spearfishing is exactly the same. Back home, I cleaned up the Jan Bruin, fried it in some butter with a bit of fish spice. I'd definitely take another lacquer-sized Jan Bruin home if the opportunity comes up. So yeah, thank you for watching my first video. I'm hoping to make plenty more and improve on the quality as I go. And hopefully I can find some even bigger fish along the way. If you enjoyed it, stick around. Like a dive's coming.